What's going on, Warpath family? Well, we're back with another video. Today's video, we're going to speak about officer pairings and how you can maximize your opportunities and the best skills possible for each officer and how you can use them on your marches. So if you guys are new to the channel, you're new to the game, do me a solid, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell as we come out with daily content. And if you guys like the video, give it a thumbs up. Let's get into the video, guys. Well, guys, if you have been wondering about what officers to put on what marches and what officers are best paired together, maybe to get a little better troop setup, maybe to utilize maybe some of your new units. You know, we had the unit swap. What's good on what now? After update 2.0, who do I pair with what? Many questions have came out and about, and I want to go over some key elements that I have found personally myself the best, and also some of the other people that I've talked to just as a group and played with some of the units that they use. Okay. Now, a lot of people after the update wanted to know, is Sergeant Spanner any good? I have found out that he is not the same that he used to be. Before version 2.0, a lot of people, they would buy and invest in Guardian of Truth, which is still a good officer. Okay. For a tank, he's still one hell of an officer. Okay. So I would maximize him. You get him up to level 60 and you get Percy. Okay. She'll be maxed out when you have one officer up to level 60. So definitely good. But a lot of people paired him with Spanner. And why was that? Because of his heal coefficient whenever his skill fired off. So, you know, Guardian of Truth would fire off his skill. Spanner would fire off his skill. He would heal a bunch, and your unit would last that much longer. Now, because they don't want units to last that long, which is kind of counterproductive to what the point of a healing officer is, whatever. Anyway, because they didn't want that, they wanted units to die quick, so they beefed up the units. They said, hey, you know, we want it to where the units die, blah, 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 whatever. Don't understand it. They changed up his skill. And now his second skill is additional tank damage resistance for 8 seconds, right? So it's just a resistance factor. And a lot of people have wondered, like, is this any good? A lot of people never even invested back in him. And the people that I have talked to that invested back in Spanner, it's a no-go, guys. However, I still utilize Spanner, me personally, in just this first one right here. So not so much these other ones, but just the first one because I want the healing coefficient of 1500. That's when you see the little green bar go up. You know, like it says like healed 15,000 or whatever, you know what I mean, on your durability. And then the damage resistance. Definitely want that first one. Other than that, I'm not going to mess around with them too much. Okay. So definitely from a tank commander's perspective, I'm definitely going to go with Guardian of Truth and Spanner. Now, a lot of people talk about Bloody Mary, right? They use her because she has a field recovery inside of here. Also, because some utilize her on mediums or faster units because she has troop speed. So she can heal in the field. She can go super fast, you know, and she just has a regular damage coefficient and an attack damage gain. These two, not so much all that amazing or whatever. But as far as the tank commander goes, if I'm going to go for durability, if I'm going to go for a tanking unit, I'm definitely going to, you know, do Guardian of Truth or a maxed out Percy and a Spanner. That is a pairing that is definitely good. Now, what goes good on artillery? Well, you have, of course, Shevchenko, beautiful, maxed out, awesome commander, extra trajectory, all that. Then you have a Ruptor. A Ruptor's second skill is very attacking, whereas Antonina is garrisoned, okay? Her skill damage, though, her first and her last skill, very, very good. A Ruptor, he really has a kill radius, right? But the thing that he has when he's maxed out is his reload speed. So you want that reload speed going and going and going, and you also need that skill firing off. Those two are a great combination. However, don't leave out War Machine. because War Machine also has a boost. His first, he gives 10% load boost for 8 seconds. He also has a really heavy damage coefficient of 1300, but he does not have the skill bonus of Antonina on this skill right here. See, 25% on the skill damage. But his last skill gives even more of a boost on load. So definitely loading and loading and loading. So if you have dual artillery, these commanders are going to be great. Most people on 2 artilleries are going to do a Ruptor and Shevchenko and maybe a Percy and a War Machine. Because Percy, what she can do when she's maxed is she gives to all allied troops, all your troops that are around it, which probably is going to be the other artillery that's sitting to your side, and maybe your tanking unit, which is in front of you, 2 map grids is going to boost the firepower for 8% for 8 seconds. You definitely need that, guys. Like, that's automatic. You should definitely have that. We have 2 officers right here, White Wolf and also Angel of Light. They're infantry. Nobody really uses infantry anymore, so those 2 kind of get pushed off to the wayside, even though Wolf, actually her first skill is kind of crazy because she gives quite a bit of damage gain. Look at that, 25% and 1200. She like throws her grenade, you know, boom. Yeah, it's definitely a nuker type thing right here. But, you know, she has the damage resistance, but nobody really uses infantry. So, you know, they become fillers. I guess you could say fillers. Now, a lot of people talk about Fox of the Highlands. Nobody really boosts them up. Nobody has maxed them out per se that I have seen. People don't really invest in him because of the penetration. But what they will do is they will max out a skill for penetration boost and such, just so they can use him on a anti-tank gun or a tank hunter or something as a secondary officer. Really not even a primary officer, but use him on a tank, use him on an anti-tank gun because he has piercing. Actually, when you read his skills, I mean, I haven't tested him. When you read his skills, he's pretty interesting right here. 1050, so not a lot of damage coefficient, but damage resistance, you get 10%, which is good. Attacking damage 15% is normal, but on this 3rd skill, he's got dual. So he's got firepower gain and durability gain, 5% and 15%. So he has a dual right there, which is that's a pretty good one, but I'm not sure that it's enough to really, drive home or whatever. Anyway, when he's maxed out, right, his troop speed is plus 5%. I don't know a lot of people that are utilizing him and maxing him out. I don't really think that he would be all that in a bag of chips, especially since Bloody Mary right here definitely has way more speed inside of here. But we're going to get to the next one. The final officer just came out, which is called Winter Huntsman. He's the newest one, and he is technically for the Moscow event. Now, his first one is a heavy damage coefficient of 1350, but no secondary skill to that, so just the damage coefficient, right? He has a damage resistance of 15%, which is kind of normal, but his 3rd skill, once again, just like Fox of the Highlands, has dual. So he has firepower gain of 15% and durability gain of 5%. So a dual passive skill is definitely good. The last one is he gives a field recovery. So he's actually good on like a tank or something like that in the field because he can recover and he does, pretty good damage or whatever in that skill. But his maximized skill, when you unlock it, has this. The landmine freezes targets for 2 seconds so that they can be attacked without moving. Now, why is that so key? Well, if you have an artillery, you have another unit you're chasing down or going down after, it's going to freeze that unit. Okay? So once I freeze it, now what happens? Well, like an artillery is going to fire off on me. He's probably going to kill me, right? So I have seen people putting this officer with Bloody Mary. Now, why would Bloody Mary be any important, right? Like, what would that do specifically? Well, check this out. Look, if you maximize her officer skill prep time, you prolong the target's officer skill prep time by 1 second and blinding enemy troops for 1 second so that they're unable to aim. So the troop can't move with him and it can't aim and the skill can't fire off for a second. So it's offset. Now that's an interesting pairing, right? Anyway, I did get some footage of the new officer that was completely maxed out on server 1. So let's go ahead and check that out real quick. So in this one right here, woo-wee, look at that one going. Let me back up there. There we go. He's on the light. So the light, 4 million March. We got Darth right here, the 7.2, power 12. Here he is right here, maxed out. Definitely interesting. Let's see if we can see that before he goes to the next one. Let's see if we could see that skill firing off. It might not have. Oh, there it goes. Okay. So we see the unit moving right here. Of course, it was probably already going to stop, but boom, that skill fires off. Yeah, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. Oh, well, I tried to get some footage on it. But anyway, that skill was firing off, which would have stopped it. Let's see how good he heals back. Okay, so anyway, that's the footage that I got right there of the new officer in action. Just a short little clip so you could see. So he was pairing him with Guardian of Truth for some, attacking power, but definitely was putting him with the new Winter Huntsman. So we're going to try to get some more testing and some stuff done on him to see exactly how good he is as a brand new officer. So anyway, if you guys enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Till next time, guys. Peace.